Football irritates me. Like, I'm sorry, people. The guys are like trying to be actors / ballerinas. Let's be honest. And he's out here rolling. Like 10 minutes later, the dude's still rolling from not getting hit. I think all of his sons played for Arsenal.
That's right.
Listen to me. I sound proper, man.
Yes.
I'm proud of myself.
Okay, Sashi.
I know.
I have to say, that officially just explained where you stand
with football, right?
David Beckham!
What is up?
How you doing?
This is the movie show.
Here on Active FM with me, Ryan.
I'm Sash. And we are talking about a series. I feel like since we did the series show on the movie show, we started talking a lot about series.
And neither...
Ryan, we mustn't change.
Series, eh?
No, we mustn't change.
Series.
Yeah, but this is a series. We are doing a series today. Yes, if you can see behind us, we have a nice TV that's showing you David Beckham in all of his glory. This man gets better with age. Can I just say that?
There is.
Like literally,
There's
as he got older. It's like, have you noticed though, women, I'm sorry, I'm a woman, so I can say this. Women don't age well. Like let's just think about this for like 2 seconds, right? Like the older a woman gets, yeah, generally. But then with guys, the older they get, sometimes they get better looking with age.
I think that's from your perspective because
okay, name me a woman that got better looking with age. Name me a woman.
I don't know names. That's
no,
the
but
problem.
if you can't name one, then anyone else in the room want to name a woman that got better with age?
But the problem is that you...
No,
I'm not good at names.
Anyone?
I can probably name a whole lot of names.
Beyonce. How old is Beyonce now?
And there is a photo... No.
Okay, but and oftentimes the chicks have work done. The guys don't have work done. And they get better looking with age. I'm telling you now, man.
Eish. Comment below
if you think...
of women who have aged well.
I
don't know names.
I can name guys that got better looking with age. Like I could go. You could say like go, and I'll go for it. Go. All right. David Beckham.
No.
George Clooney. Brad Pitt. Leonardo DiCaprio. He was too pretty when he was younger. He's gotten more like I
feel like we just need to get the
My
right
sister
person.
loves Sean Connery, but like older Sean Connery. Like older. She was just like, this guy is so good looking. See?
Really?
It's like lots of men that have gotten better with age.
That guy. Sure. Yeah.
Anyway, that's
Mind
beside
you.
the point. So we're going to talk about David Beckham. And then right at the end, we're quickly going to give you an explainer on the different categories that you get in the Oscars. Because the Oscars are coming up now in March. And there's quite a few categories. And maybe you're like, what are the different categories?
So we're gearing you up for it. When you watch it, you're not just going to look for your favorite actor. You're going to know exactly, this category. Oh, okay.
Wow, they won for... Maybe you're not going to watch it, but like afterwards...
You're going to fully get it.
You're going to go on the side to whatever, and you're going to be like, oh, okay.
Exactly.
I know what they want now, yeah. Anyway, so David Beckham. So Netflix has released a limited series. It's only got 4 episodes in it. Each episode is just short of an hour or an hour. I think they were just short of an hour. But it's called Beckham. And it came out, and I heard great things about it. People were like, the Beckham series is so good. But now we have a problem, right? The problem is I am not a football fan, like at all.
Me neither.
I don't even understand. I understand the game-ish, but I don't understand people's... and I have a lot of people in my life that love football. So as I say this, I realize that I'm like insulting people right now.
There's about 4 of them in the room.
Yeah, and then there's other people. Yeah, but like I did not get football. It irritated me, honestly. Like football irritates me because let me tell you why. So when I was a kid, I grew up and I watched a lot of rugby with my dad. And when you watch rugby, like the game it's interesting, you know, like there's constantly stuff. This dude, his fingers like that, and he's still playing. He's like, no, leave me on the field. I'm fine.
It's a very fast-paced sport.
It's very fast-paced, and I would go to like rugby matches with my dad.
But isn't football as well? Like pretty fast paced.
Football, you literally sit for like a good solid like 20
worse.
minutes and nothing happens.
The thing is, like...
And then on top of that, no, you know what got me?
What about cricket?
You know what?
Cricket is like the worst. No, Grand Prix is the worst.
No, it's not Grand Prix. At least
Grand Prix. You watch the beginning.
No, you know what? You know what's the worst? You're gonna agree with me. The worst is golf.
Okay, you see it gets even slower.
Golf is the worst.
No, not necessarily.
Apparently, no, it's the worst.
I still rate cricket.
To watch.
Can I tell you why?
Cricket's interesting to watch. Can I tell you, my dad once gave me dating advice using cricket. I'm not even joking. We're sitting in Mug and Bean.
I want to hear about that.
And he was explaining to me, like, no jokes. He used cricket to give me dating advice.
We're going to put this one on Spotify. I mean, not on Spotify, on Instagram.
Yeah.
So, golf. Okay, wait. Let's start cricket. Cricket, you got to watch the whole game because you got to watch each bowl. You got to see how they're doing, how they're losing batsmen. Every time they lose, and every time when the wicket, and every time, like, the ball is busy running up. It's like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen?
But there's also a calmness to cricket because you understand that, like, you're not sitting there for like 80 minutes, like, watching.
The best part of a cricket game is like the last couple minutes when they've got like maybe like 20 balls left. In fact, anything from 56 onwards.
Okay,
But now, Grand Prix. You watch the beginning. And they're off, and you watch for about 2 minutes because then they get their places, and you're like, all right, shop. Then you go, you get your bra out.
You're like,
you have your bra. No, you don't know. You've left it. You have your bra. Maybe about 3, 4, 5 o'clock. You come back. You're like, all right, and here's the final lap, and they're running, and then there comes the chicken flag. Yeah, checker flag has gone, and Michael Schumacher has won for the 56,000th time. And you're like,
right? I feel like, okay, for me, that's not the point. Like, why are we talking about Grand Prix?
How long is football?
Football is like 80 minutes. 90 minutes.
Exactly.
No, but still, wait. That's not my point. The point is, then the guys are like trying to be actors / ballerinas. Let's be honest,
yeah,
okay?
I stood on Tabu's shoe the other day, and he like literally just fell over and rolled. And next minute he pulls this like red card out.
The worst is, no, that's not the worst. The worst is with football players, right? Like their left leg gets hit. And they're holding their right leg. It's like, dude, if you're gonna act, at least grab the right leg. And you watch they play it back in slow motion, and you're just like, this dude didn't get hurt, and he's out here rolling. Like he's 10 minutes later, the dude's still rolling from not getting hit. Yeah. And you're just like, I can't deal with this. I think it's because I grew up watching rugby, and with rugby, the dude's like, his arms like this, and he's like, I'm fine, I can play, I'm fine. And you're like, dude, you're not fine. Oh, there's blood everywhere. And they're like, I think that's what happened. Anyway, so okay, I'm done dissing football now. Okay, right. Then what happened was we had the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. That was the first time in my life that I sort of got excited for football. But the thing was, I wasn't excited for the football. I'm going to say something that people might... Do you know that I had a ticket to go watch Brazil play in the 2010 World Cup? But it was so cold that night that I didn't go. Yeah, no, like that's how... I'm sorry, people.
Okay, Seshi.
I know.
I have to say, that officially just explained where you stand with
football, right? Like, I was more excited about the fact that the country was like, woo, and there were foreigners, and we were meeting people, and like, oh, where are you from? And like, that was the vibe.
Me, I was gonna go.
I was gonna go. And then it was really cold in 2010, though. It really was cold in 2010.
I've been to a number of rugby matches.
Yeah, me too.
I almost went onto TV.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, so what happened was that the camera, because, you know, you have the big screen there.
Yeah.
And the camera was panning across my family, and it was heading towards me. And I was like, yes. And it stopped right here. And then it just went up.
Shame.
I was like.
That's hectic. I've seen the Hacker live.
Anyway, I found that camera guy.
Yeah, but then we lost. We lost. It was very sad. In the last, it was, you know, when you're winning the whole match, and then yeah. Anyway, so then I watched Beckham, right?
Football.
For the first time in my life, I understood every single person that is a football fan, and sort of wanted to be a football fan. But then I just got overwhelmed because I haven't been in it for so long. And I'm just like, you can't catch up now. That was my thought. But I got it. I literally, for the first time in my life, I was like, okay, shame. I actually take it back. I used to say, I don't understand these dudes just chasing a ball around.
Is football about the game or is football about the player?
I think it's
The name.
No, it's not just about the player. It's about...
But that's what I get.
No, it's...
I just hear names.
There are people that they it's not just the players on the field that are the team. Like the whole fan club is the team. I don't know. Ryan, I for the first time in my... I don't know if it was the music that was playing in the background. Maybe the music caught me. I was just like... so I would just like to formally apologize to every football player out there. I don't watch football still to this day.
Can I just check? Are we recording that? we definitely recording.
But yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Anyway, so the Beckham series, it was really good. It was solid, and it wasn't just because David Beckham is really nice to look at, which he is, but it wasn't. Like they got me. I got the football side of it,
In the older
which
years.
is important. So how many episodes? So this was the thing. I had watched all 4 episodes when I told Ryan, let's do it for the show. And then I said to Ryan, because he was like, no, I don't have time. So I was like, well, let's see how good it is based on whether you want to watch the full thing or whether you kind of just like, because I binged this thing. I must be honest.
Really?
I started it and
Sure.
I was expecting to, because I started the one on Twitter France. I haven't finished that one yet at Twitter France Unchained. It was very good. I just haven't finished it yet. So, but this one it caught me. So how many episodes did you watch?
I only watched one. I was like, wait, are we almost done yet? Oh, we're only in the first 15 minutes.
What?
Yeah, dude, it wasn't quite my cup of coffee.
Serious?
Nah.
I enjoyed it.
I mean, it was interesting to watch. It was very interesting. I mean, I learned some stuff about Beckham. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's very interesting. Oh, cool. Nice lad. Awesome.
He is nice, though. David Beckham's very... But
seems
I've
to be a
heard
nice
David
guy.
Beckham was nice even from before this, because I don't know if you know this, but when the Queen of England, when she died, obviously people for like that, there was a week, I think it was a week, it was either a week or two, where like, they would take her coffin. Yeah, they were taking her coffin around England, and you could go and pay your respects. And you know that David Beckham stood in line with everyday, ordinary British people. Like he refused, because I mean they could have made it like special treatment. He didn't.
I see right in the film where there was a question around when he became really well known, that most of the guys were like, no, it didn't get to his head, except for the coach. The coach was like, I had to get his head back in the game.
So Alex Ferguson.
I was just like,
no, I do think. Look, I think he loves fashion. He really does love fashion,
Yeah,
and he became a fashion icon. I think he. I mean, he's world famous. Like, but he did something that hadn't been done before. Like even with ads and stuff like that. Like you didn't have sportsmen like.
oh really?
I think him and Michael Jordan were two. They changed how we know like sports and sportsmen today. They sort of set that up in terms of what they did with like the with different companies and like advertisements and stuff like that. And but I think David Beckham really he's a nice guy. And even like the fact that he stayed married for so long. I mean, he's been married to Victoria Beckham for like over 20 years.
Yeah, I was expecting, I was like, oh, okay, I wonder if they're still married. Because you don't actually quite expect
them to stay
quite
married.
Weird. It's quite funny.
And they have like 4 kids together and like the family that's...
And they're all into football. Well, they're all playing, isn't it?
They all I think all of his sons played for Arsenal.
That's right.
Listen to me. I sound proper, man.
Yes.
I'm proud of myself. I watched interviews. Yes. I think they all played for Arsenal. And then right now his son Romeo's playing for... What is it? Someone help me out here. No, Inter Milan.
Isn't it Madrid?
No, it's not Inter Milan. He owns that company, and Messi plays for his.
Yeah, that's right.
But where Romeo Beckham? Who does he play for? No one knows.
Let's turn to Google. Hey Google.
It's okay. They're googling. I don't know. I'm not gonna state. I just know and then. His other sons have like gone into like, I know Brooklyn, who's his oldest, is a chef, but it was pretty
chef.
But Ryan, do you know that David Beckham has cameoed in movies?
Yes, that's right.
And I then went and searched the movies he's been in.
They didn't even mention it in.
No, they didn't mention it in. That was actually one of the things I was like, where does Romeo Beckham play? Brentford. There we go. Brentford.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, but so he's played. Obviously, he was in this, but then there were 2 movies, right? 2 movies that he cameoed in. Guess whose movies he cameoed in? It makes so much sense.
Yeah, that director, right?
Guy Ritchie.
Yes.
Yeah, like it makes so
right.
much sense. So he cameoed in The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Эта скандальная история привлекла внимание ЦРУ. Они признали, что
Justitie, Tavares.
Yeah.
And he also cameoed in King Arthur, Legend of the Sword.
All right, where do you want me?
Trigger. I think we got one here.
Where do you think I want ya? Hands on the hilt, stupid. First thing, didn't have any teeth. Oi, both hands. I said both hands. Right, 10 digits. Round the blunt bit. Give it a tug. Left foot, right foot, collect your brand, back on the barge.
Went to watch both clips. I actually want to go watch those 2 movies again after watching those 2 clips. But he's not bad. Like he actually, you know how some people they cameo just because they're famous and you're just like, it's that guy. Like Madonna.
And
I don't know if you ever saw Madonna act. She was terrible.
Is it?
She was so bad. She was so
Oh,
bad. She's not an actress at all. But he actually.
just for the face, right?
Yeah, like he's done like skits with James Corden. Like him and James Corden did a skit where they were auditioning for 007.
Oh, great.
And yeah, so like he actually he's not obviously the greatest, but he's not cringe or anything
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
One of the things that comes across to me about him, which he did say, he says that everything that he does in life, he does it 100%,
Yeah.
like, to the fullest.
Yeah.
So I think either working for him or working under him, you can probably expect someone who's a perfectionist or
Yeah.
someone that's really, really hardworking.
No, he is a perfectionist.
Like
Did you
a-
get to the episode
like
where
a
he
get-goer.
shows his wardrobe?
Oh, no.
He color coordinates
My
his
goodness.
own closet. He does it.
Is it?
He does it.
So everything's
He
like...
does it.
Tick, 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 tick,
And
tick,
then he cooks a lot, and you watch. He's so frustrated because people don't put stuff back, and he's just like,
That's nice.
yeah, no. David Beckham's cool.
That's
He's
nice.
he's a cool guy.
I like that.
I also like that.
Yeah. I wonder what keeps him grounded, like him as a person. You know, it's obviously in his upbringing,
Yeah.
but it's you don't get it quite often. Someone who's it's actually quite
No, you
amazing.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah, like you expect him to be like full of himself, but he's not. And it's actually quite cool how far it's taken him. You know that it's not like, I mean, were there any like any bad reports on him or
Look,
anything like
the
that?
documentary did touch on. So there was a point where there was an affair, or there was a claim that there was an
Yeah.
affair. The documentary doesn't actually touch a lot on it. It
No.
brings it up, but it doesn't touch a lot on it. So you don't. The documentary actually doesn't clarify whether it happened or not. But you know what? I also think when you're married, you know, sometimes stuff does happen, but if you're able to work through it, you don't necessarily want to relive that.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, this happened, and clearly they worked it out. If it did happen, I don't know. I'm not going to comment
Nobody
because I
knows
don't
the
know.
truth.
Yeah, they know the truth. But when you're, the fact that they're still together proves that they worked through it, you know, and
The
they're
one
good now.
documentary that I watched, because they were spotting things that weren't put into
This one,
into this
yeah.
documentary that would have been cool, was the affair that,
Yeah.
that they didn't go full, and they said, it's quite weird that he didn't press charges. It's quite weird how this happened around the situation. But maybe it's just because he's
Yeah,
such
maybe-
a nice guy.
and
that
also
it
you
was just
don't-
like, ugh.
You you're just like, you know what? Let's just get this behind us, type of thing. You don't
Yeah.
want to now sit, because now you sit in court cases and now the whole world's watching. And
I mean, he started up a whole football club, am I right, in Miami. That's huge. I mean, if you look at the stadium that he built, like I mean, it's another country.
Yeah.
Like that's huge.
no, he's done very, very well
That's
for
big.
himself. Yeah. The other thing, the last thing I want to comment on, well, no, two things. First thing is the director. So the director is Fisher Stevens. Now, this guy is actually an actor. Well, I know him as an actor. I actually didn't know he was a director. And he's been in so many films. Not like lead roles. He's often playing like supporting roles. But I thoroughly enjoyed the way he did this whole... I thought it was brilliant. Even the way... So each episode, the first episode they start, David Beckham has bees. And he makes honey.
Yeah.
Like, that's the last thing you expect. Like, the last thing.
It wasn't the last thing. It was the first thing you...
No, it was the last
It was
thing.
the last thing you expected, but it was the first thing shown.
Yeah, it was the first thing shown.
I was still confused. I was like, wait, have we got the right...
Each episode, they start differently like that.
Oh, great.
So I really enjoyed...
Okay, maybe I might now go
Yeah,
watch
no,
the
you
second
must
one.
you must go watch it. And even the way they intertwine the different interviews where they it never went to his head, and then you see all the different people. And then it cuts to Alec Ferguson, it went to his head. Like, even the way they did
We
that.
had to keep his head in the game. No, he
Yeah.
lost. I mean, they were still interviewing a whole lot of people about him trying to... I mean, he had to like catch small planes to go see his wife.
Victoria, yeah.
Or they might have been dating at that time
Yeah.
only. And like, same thing happened. Like, everyone's like, no, you know, David's like, I mean, outside he's like this, but then like the minute the game starts, like he's in it. He's in
Yeah.
it. And then they even interviewed his one friend. He's like, no, his head was definitely in the game. Then he goes back to the coach again. He's like, yeah, no, we had to. I mean, his head wasn't in the game. We had to try to remind him, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, as far as I know, him and the coach had a fallout, quite a bad fallout as well. And apparently with his father as well, they actually had quite a bad fallout when he left Manchester
United, yeah.
which I think wasn't his fault. Am I right? From what I read, it was.
Right, go watch the documentary.
You see. Okay, there you go. So even more
We
reason.
said no spoilers.
That's true. So it might not have been, but you don't know. But some of you guys,
Go
you're big
watch the
football fans,
documentary.
so maybe you do
Yeah.
know. What
But then
happened.
also, I laughed. I saw this one thing where they said they could have done a 5th episode just on all of David Beckham's hairstyles.
So it's only the 4 episodes.
It's only 4 episodes.
Done. It's
yeah.
not like they're in production or.
I
So that's
personally
not-
feel like they could do a season 2.
That's not long. That's not bad
No.
actually.
You see, Ryan?
That's quite
You
nice.
see, okay, anyway. But literally the amount of hairstyles that David Beckham has had, it's
true.
crazy. And do you know that, so he came to South Africa once and met Nelson Mandela. Do you know what his hairstyle was at the time?
Was it one of those like skinhead looks?
No, not the mohawk.
Not
But he
the
did have a
mohawk.
mohawk once. But then Sir Alec Ferguson told him to
Yeah,
shave
that's
it
right.
before the game.
Apparently, in the
He
locker room.
he basically had braided his hair. So like...
Oh yeah.
And he still went on the Graham Norton show and he was like, shouldn't have done that hairstyle. Like, because he was photographed with
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela, and
Yeah.
there he is. Yeah, no. But he's and people do his hairstyle as well. That's the crazy part. It's like Jennifer Aniston in Friends, Rachel, she would cut her hair and suddenly all the girls were cutting her hair. Like, it was the same thing with David Beckham. Like, he would do something to his hair and suddenly
Leading the
everyone
role.
was doing that to his
Yeah,
hair.
trendsetter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go watch the David Beckham series. It's very good. I
Very
thoroughly
nice.
enjoyed it.
It's shot documentary style, but it's almost like they had interviews.
Yeah.
And then they just went into the archives and pulled
Yeah,
out different
and they
moments.
did it very well. And I personally, first of all, I'm not a football fan. Second of all, I'm not the biggest documentary. So I do watch documentaries, but it's few and far between. I haven't watched like a lot of documentaries, but this was very good. It was done very, very well.
Very
Yeah,
nice done.
and I know most people. My sister watched it as well. She actually watched it before me. Also, she said it was very, very good. Yeah. So that's the Beckham series. Now on to the Oscars.
Right.
All right, so very quickly, we're going to run through this very fast. But basically, these are the different categories that you can find in the Oscars, and this is what each one of them mean. All right,
Get
are
a
you
pen
ready?
and paper.
Get a pen and paper. So the first one is you can win an Oscar for actor in a leading role.
Right.
It's pretty self-explanatory, that one, you know.
David Beckham is the lead in the.
Although, you see, this is where it now gets to. This is a film.
It's about him.
No, but that's a documentary. There's a different category for
Okay,
documentaries.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. So let's start off here. You get best movie. What is best movie? This is the more important of the night, and it's the last. It's performed during the last ceremony, and it rewards a film that excels in all other categories presented. So it can be said that the best movie is awarded for, it's basically like a lifetime achievement, whereas like an actor in the best leading role will change yearly. This is kind of like a lifetime achievement. You won best movie for, like, yeah. And this specific award will go to producers. So if a producers win best movie, specifically because they financed the project, they hired the technical team, and they negotiated with the distribution in theaters. So that's best movie.
They picked the recipe that made the cake.
Yes. Then you have best director. So the director, obviously this one's also self-explanatory. It's the director. Best director, so they're responsible for coordinating the entire production team of a film. They set the style, the tone, the script, guide the actors. Yeah, so they make all the dramatic, technical, and artistic decisions. And yes, that's best director. Then you get best actor in leading role or best actress in leading role. They do separate them, so male, female. And this is, along with best picture award, it's the most awaited of the night, as just being nominated for this award can transform an actor's career. I don't know if you've seen, even if you look in this trailer here, they'll say Oscar nominated. So the minute you're nominated for an Oscar, you carry that with you. So for example, if I acted a movie, in the trailer it will say Ryan van der Sant, starring Ryan van der Sant, starring Thabo Damane, starring Oscar nominated Sasha Lee Ensler. Yeah. Literally, it like sets you apart from like. Yeah, so you want to, as an actor, be nominated for, yeah. And then they obviously have for actor, male, and actress, female. And then you get the best supporting actor and best supporting actress. So this category is similar to the previous one, but it focuses on the actors or actresses in the supporting role. So they're not the protagonist. So now they're so like Ken in Barbie, he was supporting actor because he wasn't Barbie, but he was Ken.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow. Okay, or another example, Ryan, you'll get this one. Heath Ledger in the Batman.
Oh, right.
He played the Joker, so he wasn't Batman, but he won. Right. And shame he won this after he died. Yeah, anyway. Okay, then you have best original screenplay. So this one is a screenplay that is entirely conceived by the screenwriter. So in other words, me as a writer, I came and I started the script from start to finish. So it's not based on any other work that's been already published. It's like a completely original idea from scratch. Then you have best adapted screenplay. So this is when something has been created from work that previously
like
existed.
Lord of the Rings.
Yes. Dune, Lord of the Rings, Hunger Games, they were all taken from books, or it can even be taken from like a theater play or something.
Jungle Book.
Yeah. Then you have best photography or cinematography.
Wonderful.
Yay. Ryan, do you want to tell them what that is?
No.
Okay, moving on. No, I'm joking. So this is basically, it recognizes the efforts of the person capturing images of the film.
Yes.
So it's the director of photography. It's the guy that does the lenses, the cameras, the lighting.
What type of light?
What type of light?
That type of lens, because it smudges on the edge.
Exactly. So it's basically
how
it looks.
Captured it
how the full. Yeah, that's the director, so that one there. Then best international film. So this category was known as best foreign film or in a foreign language. It's now been changed, but the criteria is still the same. The main difference of this category for best picture is that the nominees must not have English as the predominant language in the film.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, cool.
So this one.
So in other words, a South African film with subtitles?
Yeah.
Would fall into that.
So you know Johnny Depp, the film that he's recently done, he acted in a French film. He speaks French, and it was directed by a French director. She acts in it as well, but they don't speak in English. So like they would fall under this category.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, then you have best production design. Woo, woo, woo. So this it can be also credited as best art direction. So it encompasses all of the visual work of the film. So in other words, the art director's job is to make sure that makeup, costume, set, lighting, and many other sectors are sorted for the film. So it's
that includes production, right? Like they built this big set with
yes.
You know.
So that's the
cool.
the production designer. That's what they do.
Awesome.
Then, so that's them.
Does that
Then-
include like? Never mind. Continue.
So next up, so costume, you do get best costume, but costume, the costume designer falls under the production designer.
I was just about to
Yeah,
say.
but now costume designer can win an award for themselves because So for example, it's the fashions in the film. That's basically the costume designer's job. And then also you have the best makeup and hair. They also fall under the production designer, but they can win an award for themselves.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You're like, next time when you watch a film, check how the hair was, and
The best films have production design is incredible. I love production design. Okay, best sound. Yeah. Okay. So best mixing and sound editing. That's sound.
Does that include like sound effects? What music? Maybe not what music.
Not music. It's
Sound
but yes, sound
effects.
effects and visual
Okay.
and like how sometimes they create creative with the sound
Yes.
and yeah. So that's then best editing. So that's the editor, the actual
Yeah.
person that's now edited the
Cutting
videos,
the shots,
cutting
which
the
shot
shots.
they
Yeah.
used.
Then you get best original song, right? So original song is the award is given to a song composed especially for that project.
Right.
It must consist of lyrics and music and must either be presented during the film clearly or be the first song played at the beginning of the end credits.
So not backing. It's kind of like a song that
That goes with the
and can be played on national radio kind of thing.
yeah,
'cause
and
like
it's
a-
from the
yeah,
movie.
like-
Yeah. So who wins this prize is not the performer, but the composers and the lyricists. Oh my goodness! That person. The person who writes the lyrics.
Yes.
I'm not going to try it again.
For the
Okay.
songs.
Then, so that's song, best original song. Then you get best original soundtrack. So to compete in this category, the Academy requires that the songs have been composed solely and exclusively for the film, and there must be more than 4 original songs. That's the
Okay.
best original soundtrack. Yeah. Yeah. Then you get best live action short film. This mustn't be longer than 40 minutes. So a short film can't be longer than 40 minutes, which includes the credits. And also it has to be filmed in one of the following formats. It either has to be filmed on 16 millimeter, 35 millimeter, or 70 millimeter. And it must have been in a commercial circuit or have won the top prize at an Academy recognized competitive festival.
Oh damn.
Yeah. Then you get best animated short film. So also it mustn't be longer than 40 minutes and must be filmed using any of the animation techniques, cartoon, computer animation, or stop motion.
Okay.
There we go. Best short documentary, also 40 minutes. And yeah, it must be filmed with real actors and or sets and have participated in a competitive festival recognized by the Academy.
Sure.
Best feature film animation. This is one of the newest categories at the award show. It was created in 2001. And basically, it is to compete in this category, the film must be at least 70 minutes long, and at least 75% of that length must have been created using animation techniques.
What?
Then you get best documentary. This must last for more than 40 minutes and obviously be a documentary.
Right.
Yeah. Best visual effects. For a film to be nominated in this category, it must have impossible images. That's literally the description. It must have been physically filmed as buildings that no longer exist or fictitious beings. So I guess, yeah. And then the category includes both effects created by computer graphics, inserted in post-production, optical effects performed during filming.
Even optical.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then a maximum of 4 names are nominated in this category. Yes.
Probably
so those are the different
supervisors.
categories in the Oscars. Yeah.
I bet you're looking forward to the Oscars now.
Yeah.
Now that we put your feet back on the ground.
I wonder if Beckham will be. Although Beckham, I wonder, because Beckham's a series.
They'll find something. No, but isn't there something?
It wouldn't get.
There's nothing.
Because Oscars isn't series.
That's what I was going to say.
Hectic. You do get awards for series. This
There you
is
go.
not. This is the movies, the film industry.
That one
people.
can be quite
Film.
big. Because I feel like people are more into series than movies.
Yeah. Anyway, I feel like the Oscars are the Oscars though. Because they're on like the 100th and something. I don't know what they're on this year, but anyway.
There you go.
Yeah, so, but this has been the movie show.
on Active FM.
Oh, for next week, we are going to be reviewing another series. So we're going to be doing All the Light We Cannot See. Now, Ryan, once again, it's also only 4 episodes, Ryan, just by the way. But we're going to see how good it is based on how much Ryan can watch. So if Ryan gets like really stuck in, then we know it's good. So we're testing.
No, it's really good.
Yeah, like it's really good. If Ryan has come back next week and he's finished it, then we're like, dang, go watch the series, man.
It has to catch me.
But All the Light We Cannot See, it's a Netflix series. It is directed by Sean Levy, who did Stranger Things.
No, Sean
and it's
Levy.
produced by Stephen Knight, who did Peaky Blinders and a lot of other things.
So two good things come together.
And it's got Mark Ruffalo in it.
Three good things come together.
There we go. All the Light We Cannot See.
Good recipe.
Yeah. But until then,
Cheers.
peace.
The end.